Well, one last little stop here while we're losing daylight and get it in. We're here back in our neighborhood of Lower Sayreville and Felix Park.
It's at the end of Marsh Avenue and Forest Avenue.
What we'd always do, we had enough kids growing up in the neighborhood, we can get, a couple teams together and play baseball. This is where we'd come down and, even play 5-man baseball, 4, whatever. And,
Yep.
We never really had 9, to play, but this is how it looked. Felix Park, Lower Main Street. Basketball court and tennis. We used to play tennis. I played tennis a lot growing up.
Tennis was up on there.
Tennis up there. But again, part of the park here we're going to walk down is to
Sulphurs.
I forgot Sulphurs Pond. That's where we played hockey.
Yeah, hockey and swam.
And again, I never swam in there. It was my hockey days. This is back in the days when we had cold weather. You could go out here and you could always in the wintertime play hockey. We'd be out shoveling the pond, all the snow off and lace them up. And actually one time here, me and a friend of mine, Ron Chudkowski, we almost drowned in the wintertime. We fell through the ice, fell right through the ice, under the ice, had to get up through the hole in the ice. And our other friends here were putting hockey sticks out and pulling us out of the pond. By the time we walked through the woods, got home, it's in the 20s. We were ice frozen. My mother, oh my God, why do you do this? Why are you out here doing this, kid? I'm probably, 15, 16 maybe, I guess, playing there, still. Part of growing up, the good old days. So let's go make one more little view here of Sulphurs Pond and the good old days of hockey.
Were you not a regular at the dentist?
Well, my dentist days when I was a real little kid back in getting braces for my teeth and all that, and playing basketball and football and getting my braces hooked on people and breaking them off and go to the dentist and I get yelled at and he threatened to drop me as a patient. And some fun years growing up, part of a boy, and but they were fun, it was just part of growing up. But that was almost a life and death situation here when we fell to the pond. That could have been bad.
Now that particular pond isn't here anymore. There used to be 2 ponds. You had Sulphurs, which was a swimming pond, then there was a smaller pond to the right of it, and that was the hockey pond.
I never did any swimming there. I saw people doing it, but nah. I think I was not much getting in the little pond swimming. Let's do a quick walk down there. Well, we're here at Sulphurs Pond. A lot of different things, activities, as Alan said, was swimming is one of the things. For me, it was playing hockey with our neighborhood friends, like Joe Krainski and all them. We come down and play hockey, and again, I got a pair of shoes in there somewhere that fell in when I fell in. It was being used for making a goalie, making a goal crease and all that. For me now, it looks a whole lot different. I know this is where we played at. It looks a little familiar, but it's a whole lot different.
You used to play right over there. That hockey pond was over there.
Now, going back in my early days, one of my number of stitches that I got from playing hockey was way back in there, a little pond back in there, as Alan said. This is back before I could skate, and they would put me as a goalie, and I had to have my catcher's glove from baseball. Well, I was in there playing goalie. I misjudged a shot coming in, and one of the kids took a slap shot. Boom, hit right here above my eye. It bled like a stuffed pig, as a head wound does. I remember it was just blood pouring out everywhere. They took me home, got me home to my mom. Again, oh my God, what are you doing? All upset, put me in the car, St. Peter's Hospital, 9 stitches. The doctor said about another ½ inch, you probably lost your eye. But hey, we still kept playing hockey. I just learned how to ice skate, so I didn't have to be a goalie all the time, so I get out and play. And that was kind of what my impetus was going in to learn how to skate. I wasn't an early bird skater. I probably learned to skate when I was about maybe 11 or 12 years old. So, here.
Yeah, in the 1960s, this was a spring-fed pond. But then they turned it into a drainage ditch. In an attempt to make it highfalutin, they once put a platform way over there for diving. But shortly after that, it just got dead and they couldn't use it anymore. So now it's just sitting here, wasting away. And
now, do people still use this?
Nope.
At all?
Well, at least ball field.
Well, baseball field.
We have a group that plays I know some softball teams practice here, and there is a group of fellas that play Sunday morning. They play pickup games here.
Now, when I played baseball here, and I was a left-hand hitter, those woods were always the target when you get up there.
And I was a right-handed hitter, And I remember, and you weren't at the game that day, but I hit one. If you look at those trees were about 10 feet shorter, maybe more. I hit one over the trees and to the base of the house that was on Forest Avenue.
Got all of it, didn't you?
Got all of that one.
Well, I have two questions. One, Steve, I'll ask you. This is where you began, and when did you become interested in being a referee on the...
Probably when I was down in South Carolina. You know, I still played in hockey down there and was involved with the youth program. So I got into hockey officiating in South Carolina and did that for a handful, number of years, as well as doing baseball umpiring through high school and college. So I had my years of sports officiating. It was fun. Like hockey, hockey is one of my favorite sports. Still watch it every year. You know,
And
great hockey season.
Alan, you played baseball in college?
No,
Or-
I did go to Middlesex County College. I would try it out with the New York Mets in 1974, right after I graduated high school. This is where I learned how to play ball and at various fields around town. We played all summer long, and the Mets, I guess someone said something, and they invited me to a tryout camp at Hinchcliffe Stadium in Patterson.
So this is where it began.
This is where it began.
So, as the sun goes down in Sayreville, the sun's going to go down on the video. So again, I thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. The video me and Alan put together here. Again, like and subscribe as you see it. Make comments. I hope everybody, especially people who grew up here, can take back to the reminders of how it was growing up here in Sayreville. And again, we're from Lower Main Street, Lower Sayreville. We'll say goodbye.
Goodbye.